Asustor DRIVESTOR 2 Review. Without SSD caching, this device could have been the perfect solution for many people. However, it still provides some competition to Synology and other brands. Companies such as Asustor and Synology use the approach of building a NAS made with a steel frame boxed in lightweight plastic to create versatile storage solutions. This design, which has open bays or trays, can be accessed internally by taking out two thumb screws on the back of the unit, resulting in a remarkably similar structure. When these are taken off, most of the outer shell can be removed to expose the inner framework, motherboard, and a riser card with two SATA drive connections. The frame can accommodate two 3.5 hard drives and includes screws to attach them securely. Although the instructions don't state it specifically, 2.5-inch mechanisms can be installed, but you will need to provide screws as none are included in the package. Unfortunately, the 1GB of DDR4 memory is non-expandable because it is surface-mounted to the main board. This NAS supports two of the biggest SATA drives with a total capacity of 36 TB, and even more. Storage is available via external USB expansion. The AS1102T is ready to use after the drives are connected, the interior is put back together, and a laptop power supply and LAN cable are hooked up at the rear. A USB 3.0 port can be found on the front and rear for connecting peripherals, such as printers and external storage devices, to share and access data. The fascia is composed of a few indicator LEDs and what appears to be an IR sensor. As it turns out, this design includes an IR sensor due to the fact that the AS1102T houses it in the same enclosure with an HDMI out feature, though it does not operate. The Asustor AS1102T doesn't include any drives, so you'll need to purchase them separately. It's best to buy two of the same size, type, and brand if you plan on installing two drives. When we installed ours, we noticed that there were no rubber grommets or other cushioning between the physical drives and the metal frame. Without these, the vibrations from the drive actuators would be transmitted directly to the case, making this unit quite noisy. It seems strange that no one thought to add a few small pieces which couldn't have cost more than a fraction of a penny during development, as it could have significantly reduced the noise. The constant noise from this unit may become a source of irritation for people if it was placed under or near their desk or close to a TV. Given the amount of attention to detail present in other areas, this error is quite unexpected. With 8GB SEM flash memory, the unit can provide a basic interface even before the drives have been initiated. Additionally, professional applications for both PC and Apple Mac have been created to make the most of NAS hardware and support network users. Using the control application built within Asustor, you can quickly and easily find any Asustor NAS on the network and start the operating system installation. This is a method applicable to many NAS brands, and Asustor's tool even has some special features that are useful to have on your computer, particularly after the setup of your NAS is finished. The installation wizard's default assumptions about the drive configuration can be adjusted later on, but it will try to guide the user to make the best decision. Once the system is up and running, you can switch to JBIT or RAID 0 via its web interface if you install two drives, as it will default to a RAID 1 mirrored configuration. Default applications are not installed, eliminating the need to uninstall any that won't be used. In the past, Synology had a monopoly on applications, but Asustor's selection rivals or even surpasses it in some respects. With 1GB of RAM, you can open multiple tools without compromising speed, making this an ideal device for software developers working with Drupal, Docker, PHP, or Python. This Asustor NAS device can handle 618 installable tools and applications, with 189 of those being able to run on the device itself, making it a true Swiss Army knife of NAS. If you're interested in learning which tools are available, the Asustor website offers an overview of the apps that can be installed on their NAS hardware. Benchmarking NAS is often a complicated endeavor, as the possibility of testing the maximum performance of the network instead of the NAS hardware exists. Using a NAS can often result in such outcomes unless it is extremely overpowered. The performance capability of this device is essentially determined by its RAID configurations and network interface. When using conventional hard drives, RAID 0 provides the best performance but lacks system resiliency. However, if you plan to use the AS1102T and a gigabit network setup, this may be ineffective. By comparison, a single conventional SATA drive offers more performance than gigabit Ethernet.